Hello, I'm Tom Meese. I'm on the board of directors of the Atlanta Photography Group, or APG. I'm here at the airport where we have a show up during Atlanta Celebrates Photography, and I want to talk a little bit about it. Normally, we have our own gallery in Tula in Buckhead, and we have about 6 to 7 juried shows a year, and that's where we show our shows. But here it was an invitational to come here to a different space, and I was appointed the project manager, so I tried to think of what would be the best show for this space. So a couple things came to mind. One, they had to be big. This is a huge open space where things can easily be lost. They had to be bold because subtle, personal art is going to get lost in this huge space. So we put out our call for entries to the photographers, and we told them we're looking for photographs with a wow factor, photographs that will have the maximum impact in a huge space. To make it look really good, I wanted to have uniform quality of presentation. Normally with a jury show, each photographer will do their own framing and send it in, and there'll be a wide variety of quality and sizes and different frame types. So here I said, we're going to print these ourselves. We're going to print them almost like posters without glass to interfere with reflections. And luckily, Digital Art Studio, one of the premier digital printers in Atlanta, has donated the printing of all these. So they all look the same, they all look big, they all fit beautifully in their spaces. And as we walk around, I'm going to show you how lucky we are that they sort of paired together so well. Here on this panel we see two images, the one a girl in the water below coral that's in a completely different photograph of course, but together they just look like they were made for each other, made to be paired that way. These images, the one at the top is probably the most popping graphical candy photo we have. So that I picked for our brochure and is sort of our poster image for our publicity. It pairs really well with the one below it, which is totally abstract, but it's got the same primary colors and vertical and horizontal lines. So those make a great pair. There's the word pop art. It brings to mind Andy Warhol. There's one image in here that really looks like that, but pop art is right in two ways. One, these images, I wanted them to pop visually, and I wanted them to be popular because people don't come to the airport to see art. They're here because they want to get from place A to place B. They might be under a lot of pressure, they're in a hurry. So I wanted stuff that would please anybody who sees it and it would make them stop in their tracks if we're lucky. A lot of people aren't stopping in their tracks, but a lot of people are. So I'm really pleased. I love this show. Our photographers did an incredible job. The vast majority of these photographers are from the Atlanta area. There's one from New York, there's one from North Carolina, there's one from Arizona, and there's one from Minneapolis. But for the most part, these are Atlanta photographers. And the other thing about this show is I wanted it not to have a southern theme. I don't want people coming to the international airport in Atlanta and saying, okay, this is a rural, this is southern, this is what I expected. Our people can do photography as well as any photographers anywhere in the country or the world. And I think this shows it. So it wasn't going to be a southern theme, it was just going to be big, bold, and entertaining.